Last month, I went out of the country and I turned off my funnel because I didn't want to work. Plus, I have so many leads from this funnel that I can't keep up with them all. I thought I turned it off. I had this particular lead that was texting back from the auto text. So I called him. I made a listing appointment with him. This month, I have 2 closings. Both are from people clicking on my new construction campaign.
So I got 7 on paper here. And let's see, 1, 2, 3. 4 of those were actually houses I sold.
I did 1 solid month. Out of that, I generated, there was like 60 to 70 leads. And I've got at least 4 people that want to sell and buy.
Most new construction is not a first-time home buyer, so they have a property to sell. It does put you in a situation where you get a lot of time back in your business. You're not showing 20 or 30 different homes, writing 5 or 10 different offers like you would in a traditional resale transaction.
One of them I wasn't able to get a hold of last weekend when they came in. Finally got a hold of her on Friday, and I'll be hopefully speaking with her this evening, and it's a seller lead. So she wants to sell first and she's looking to buy new construction.
Clients this year that I've worked with from the campaign, 2 of them have already bought and sold, and then 1 of them sold, and I am currently helping him find a house now. So it's definitely worth the $10 a day ad spend.
Okay, everybody, let's get started. I'm going to show you guys how you can leverage my $50,000 a month marketing and implementation team to double your business in the next 12 months with a true partnership that allows you to keep all your commissions. There's no cost whatsoever. I know that sounds hard to believe, but trust me, you're going to really love this. So stay with me to the end. I promise you're going to love it. And let's get started. So good news. This is a rare opportunity where I'm going to help you with your strategy to grow your business and have my team implement it without you ever having to pay me anything. I genuinely just want to help people win. So my belief is, after working with agents, thousands of agents for the last 28 years in the business, is that if your phone was ringing daily with clients that wanted to buy and sell real estate and they're open to doing business with you, that you would be able to consistently sell more homes. In fact, I believe that your challenge isn't the ideas, it's the implementation of those ideas. And I'm going to solve that problem for you guys here today. So my goal is to show you a clear path to building a business of your dreams by removing the brain damage so you can accomplish all your business, income, and lifestyle goals and live your best life. So brief introduction, if you don't know me, my name's JayKinder. I used to sell 500 plus homes a year for a number of years, over $1 billion in sales, coached thousands of the top agents all across the world, built marketing campaigns for various businesses that I own that have made over $80 million, co-founded NAEA and this program Funnel Pilot, built an organization at EXP that pays me over $3 million a year in passive income. And I've helped multiple agents build successful business, but also step out of production. If at some point you ever wanted to retire, taking advantage of the opportunity that revenue share offers in these new business models that we're seeing in the brokerage industry. So this is my family. So this is my oldest son, Braden, Carson, my mom, Connie, Kinley, Riggs, my wife, Amber, myself with my Puerto Rican hairdo, my dad, Johnny, who got into real estate 40 years ago. And then that's Russ. Russ is the person that shows up in Puerto Rico unexpected at 4 a.m. in the morning. So everybody probably has a friend like Russ. He's like family because he just shows up whenever he wants to. So definitely that's kind of the family. I've spent the last 4 years living in Dorado, Puerto Rico. I live in the same neighborhood as Jake Paul and Logan Paul and some other various celebrities. It's been pretty unbelievable. I'll tell you a couple things about Puerto Rico. The rainbows are on steroids. The kids love it. They love the beach. My wife is a handful. As you can see, she's actually riding on the front of that golf cart as she's telling me to drive down the golf course, chasing these wild horses, fishing, beaches, jumping out of planes, doing all kinds of fun stuff. Really been able to live my best life. And the reason I'm sharing all this with you is because real estate allowed me to do that. Real estate allowed me to build a business that allows me to have the type of things in life that I really didn't even believe was possible. And now I'm, interested in, multifamily. I'm making investments and things like that. But you can follow me along if you want to follow me on Instagram. It's usually pretty entertaining. You can follow me at JayKinder82 if you want to get to know me. But something happened over the last 4 years, and I got bored, to be quite honest with you. I discovered it really at an event in Cleveland we do called Agent to CEO, that where I'm the most fulfilled, I'm the most excited is when I'm seeing people win and when I'm helping people win bigger. And sitting on the beach may sound great. Living on the island might sound great, but I can tell you after a while, you're going to want to get off that beach and you're going to do something. So I'm not wired to sit still. I'm wired to do things. So that's why we're here today. We've been developing this over the last really probably 2 years. And it's really the first time we've actually rolled this out. There's never been an offer like this that I've ever seen. So I'm super excited to see kind of what you guys think about how this might help you. So what you're going to learn today, I'm going to show you the lowest cost, highest return marketing strategy for getting listings and buyers at the same time. I think that's super important. You want to be able to get both buyers and listings. And I'm also going to share with you the fastest way to start closing 2 to 3 additional deals a month predictably and consistently. It's super important. Consistency and predictability is the number one thing I hear agents tell me about every single day in their business. They're struggling with that repeat and referral business is not coming back to them as often, and you need something that's solid and consistent. So we're going to talk about that specifically. Also, how to build your brand and become the go-to agent in any market or niche you choose. I'm not a big fan of chasing business. I like to attract business. I want people to be attracted to come to you because of who you are and the business and the content and the things that you're putting out. So we're going to show you how to do that today. And how to turn all your social media platforms into lead generating machines without stressing about what content you need to be creating or how you're going to post all that. We're going to show you all that stuff as well. And how to consistently convert leads by leveraging systems, automation, and technology without having to deal with the brain damage and tech overwhelm, if you will. So I don't like messing with all these systems and processes. I like the way they operate. I don't like to do them. So we're going to show you how we're going to do all this for you as well. And the key systems and processes that you have to have in your business if you want to grow and remove the chaos from your life and get your time back. Because I don't think, when I was selling a whole bunch of houses, one of the things that seemed to be always the case was I was working more, right? So I was working later evenings. I was working every weekend. The goal is not to, I think when you do the math, sometimes you get paid less per hour if you're just doing more work and you're working more hours. So we want to put systems in place that remove the chaos, get things off your plate, and allow you to do the things where you make the highest dollar productive activities and you're making the most money per hour while you're doing that work. But then I want you to have a life, like be able to spend time with your family, be able to do the things that you want to do with your life. And instead of having to have the business kind of guiding you and driving you, you're driving the business. So we'll talk about that as well. And I'm going to show you how my team is going to implement all this and personally coach, train, and implement all these things and support all the systems for you. So at a bonus, I'm going to share with you at the end, I'm even going to show you how to leverage my team to build monthly passive income in your business so you can build wealth and step out of production at some point. If you ever want to, you can step out of production. So we'll share all of those things. I'm going to share that last piece at the end and why this is different. Why is this even possible? Innovation in the real estate brokerage models of today have made the opportunity bigger for me to help you for free than to try to sell you leads, coaching, products, and services. Why this is important to you right now? I believe if you don't have a proven marketing system, you really never going to have predictability and consistency in the business. Like I mentioned, your sphere of influence and referrals are great. They're a great source of business, but as we all know, they're not very consistent and we don't know when they're going to happen. We don't know when that next deal is going to happen. It's also, I think it's really hard to know what are all the right things to do. I think it's more likely you'll die of indigestion in real estate than of starvation because there's so many things you can do. And so knowing what are the right things in the right order to grow your business based on what your goals are is part of the strategy and how we help you do that. With all the change in the real estate industry, I also think that right now we're sitting at a time at the window where the window is open for you to really pick up market share and become a top agent in your marketplace. While there's a lot of agents getting out of the business, a lot of agents frustrated with what's happening in the industry. There's been 2 down years in a row that we've had. So I think the opportunity now is bigger than ever. So I'm excited for that. So if this is for you, if you want to stay on this, I can tell you if you want to build a business that attracts clients instead of chasing, then this is going to be great for you. If you're tired of paying too much money for crappy leads, often in zip codes that you don't even want, if you never want to have to wonder where your next deal is coming from, and more than anything, if you know that you need some help with systems, processes, and implementation, but you're really good when you're face-to-face with clients, this is going to be exactly what you're needing to grow your business. So how can I do this? Again, the innovation in real estate brokerage space has made the opportunity bigger for me to help you. Obviously, I get paid through revenue share. I'm at eXp Realty. I get paid by helping other agents grow. So my financial success is based on my ability to help you sell more real estate. So we're always waking up every day thinking, how can we make this easier for agents? How can we get them into production faster? How can we get them to close deals faster? Because we get compensated when you're successful, and that's the only way we get compensated. So that's why this is even possible. This would be something we would never have done in the past if it hadn't been for models like eXp that came along and changed the game. So, but I have to tell you, this was not always easy for me. I would say that my high school teachers would tell you I was probably voted most likely not to succeed in high school. I don't think anybody would have bet on me being successful. I struggled when I got into real estate with getting clients, and it seemed like, nothing that I tried was ever really working. I felt like I tried anything and everything. I did open houses every Sunday, direct mail, bought every kind of lead that you could buy at the time. I worked my sphere. I cold called, FSBOs, expireds. I tried literally everything. And at this point, after about a year, I was not only broke, but now I'm in debt. Okay. So I maxed out all my credit cards. I feel like I looked like a failure to most of the people around me. I didn't have any real active clients, no real sphere of influence to work with because I was so young at the time. And there wasn't ever nobody gave me a real clear path of exactly what to do to grow my business. It was basically, okay, you're licensed now, go figure it out. And if you felt that way in your business, then you probably know what I'm talking about. So the turning point for me was I saw other agents having success. I saw agents that were selling 100, 200, 300 homes a year. I was going to different events and learning from other agents. And I was seeing, man, it's possible. There's some way to do it. And I just had to figure it out. So I decided to study the proven masters of marketing. I went to every event that I could find. I committed to real marketing that was proven to get results. And I figured there just had to be a better way, right? Like if you've ever woke up and been frustrated and be like, man, there's got to be a better way than this. I used to say that every day. So I definitely know where that comes from. And I learned the secrets from the world's greatest marketers. When I say world's greatest marketers, I'm not kidding. Like these are literally the world's greatest living marketers that there are outside of the real estate industry. So I went to all the industry people within their industry, right? So you go to there's prospecting, there's Mike Ferry, right? You go to Tom Ferry, there's kind of a little bit of everything, but you go to Proctor was teaching direct response to a certain degree, and buy referral only. It's got to be buy referral only. No, it doesn't. That's just a pillar. Those were all pillars to the business, but nobody's really teaching the real way to get business and grow and build your brand and become a go-to agent in the marketplace. So went to one of my favorite mentors, Jay Abraham. Anything this guy does, you should read, study. He's absolutely one of the best in the world at marketing. One of the mentors we used for a number of years, Dan Kennedy. Spent a lot of time learning from him. Most everything I'm going to talk about today is based on the No BS direct response marketing book and the trust-based marketing. These two together are really how you build a business and how we've helped many, many agents do the same. Frank Kern, probably the most most prolific internet marketing marketer that you may have heard of him, you may not have, but he's definitely in that space of internet marketing, one of the top people ever in the industry. So, and I kind of go at things kind of like if you're not in over your head, you're not all in, right? So I paid him everything I had. I tried to get as close to these great people as I could, and I tried to take really good notes so that I could learn. Now, I invested money that I didn't have. I committed to following their plan to the letter, committed to direct response marketing, which is what I'm going to share with you, some ad examples, exactly what we're doing and what we're going to do for you today. And my phone started ringing with clients calling me. I went from 39 transactions to 71 to 111 to 233 to 363, then to 467, and then 531. So literally had this crazy ramp up in my business, and it's all because I did the right things in the right order. And I'm going to help you do the same thing. Then, there's plenty of books that we've written. Miracle Morning for real estate agents, maybe one you're familiar with. A couple of documentaries that have been done on our business and how my business partner, Michael Reese, and I have helped agents over the years become the top agents in their marketplace. You can check out. Also mentioned in this book, which I think is a really good book by Steve Cantor called The $1 Billion Agents Lessons Learned. If you don't want to crash into the wall and you want to see what are the mistakes that agents have when they build these big teams, this book was really a good one. But basically all I did to be successful in real estate was I modeled success. I used to call it copycatting. That's kind of my, we would joke, Mike and I would joke and be like, hey, copycatter number one, this is copycatter number two, over. And, we thought it was always fun to copy people, but essentially what we were doing was modeling success. And that's what you're going to be doing here today, except for we're going to actually do it for you instead of you having to do the work. But you want to model someone who's not only done what it is that you're trying to do, but also has a system for helping others people do it too. Not just a track record of doing that thing that you're trying to get to in your business, but if they've helped other people do it too. What I've learned about mentors is if they have that, then they have systems for teaching people how to do it. And that means that they can do it for many people and not just one. And so that's what you want to look for in a mentor. It's served me extremely well. Get close to the people that are doing the things you want to do and that have helped others do it too. And this is a writer downer. So it's not the best real estate agent that sells the most homes. It's the best marketer. And so I want you to think, in your marketplace, there's probably an agent that you don't like that sells more homes than you. And they're not a better real estate agent. They're not a better real estate agent than you are, but they somehow are, managing to sell more homes. And so that's a sign they've probably learned something about how to get clients, how to do marketing the right way. And that's what I'm going to share with you here shortly. So there's only two paths to more profits in real estate. You can get, your repeat, your referral, and your sphere of influence, and you can only get so much out of that before you have to pick a choice in what direction you want to go. Are you going to prospect to get business, or are you going to learn how to turn advertising into profit? And for me, I did both. I did prospect, but I think most people would choose not to, and I would choose not to as well. I would much rather spend $100 and get a $10,000 check than have to hit the phones every single day. And so the problem with prospecting is you have to be highly skilled at sales. You have to go through no after no after no. It's erratic. You don't want to do it, most days. So it requires incredible persistence in order to be successful. And I think it damages long-term customer value. I don't think anybody wants to start a relationship by a cold call they didn't expect. So I don't think it's the best way to start a relationship with a client. And so I think most of us, and myself included, I was always asking the wrong problem. When I was trying to grow my business, I was thinking, well, how do I make a sale today? How do I make a sale? Where's my next sale coming from? I was looking for that one sale. And I think the better question that I learned to ask was, how do I create a system of attraction that brings a steady, reliable stream of ideal potential clients to me, asking for my assistance or advice as the trusted authority on real estate, or even better, who are predetermined to do business with me if accepted, right? They wanted to be my client so bad, they hoped that I would take them on as a client. If you think about it, if that's the business that you're trying to build, then you are going to attract people to you for who you are and the things that you're putting out into the marketplace. And that is the ultimate goal that we're going to talk about. But we're going to start at milestone 1. We don't start there. We're going to start at milestone 1, which is what is the lowest cost, fastest way to consistently closing 2 to 3 deals every single month. We need to solve for cash flow. So in every business I've ever owned, if we didn't have enough money to pay the bills every month, then we could not be strategic. We couldn't do the things that we wanted to do and think about the long term and what was best for the long term, because we had to solve for right now. And so for most agents that I've talked to, if I could solve this problem of 2 to 3 transactions a month consistently, build one oil well that does that for you every single month, then we can be strategic about building your brand and building the business that you want. And we'll talk more about the business that you want here shortly. And so milestone number 2 is building your brand. And milestone number 3 is content strategy. Your content strategy needs to align to your business and your business goals. And I'm going to show you how we're going to implement each of these 3 things for you over a short period of time so that you can start instantly closing more deals, but also building the business of your dreams. And so this was a document we created. It's called the 8 Stages of Business. And unfortunately, at each stage, you run into new problems. So as you grow your business, there's not just some linear path of happiness and success and butterflies. It's it's going to be, okay, I did that now. And now I have a new problem I didn't know I was going to have, right? And so, but what I've found is that most agents, if you're doing less than 50 transactions a year, and even somewhat up to 80 transactions a year, like the biggest challenge in your business is systems and processes. And the number 1 being lead generation and conversion. What is the system we have for generating high quality people that want to buy and sell, and converting those, and the systems and leverage and automation and people and technology is the biggest way to do that. If you can build that first, then as you grow and scale, you won't have problems. You'll see the kind of business, like the way my business ramped up in terms of transactions, because I had the systems in place, it was able to sustain. And so that's where we're going to focus on. And milestone number 1 is direct response marketing. So let me explain direct response marketing. And I want to explain it to you because I think you need to understand this, because most people will be like, yeah, well, I've done this before. Yeah, I've tried that before. But I want you to understand why some things in marketing don't work and some things do. So direct response marketing is a marketing strategy that aims to generate an immediate response to generate new leads quickly. Okay. So here's how it works. It's message to market match. And when we talk about the right market, we're thinking about who is that one person that we're trying to reach? What is their biggest problem? What's going on in their mind? And so let's think of an example. If we were targeting someone that had a home that had a swimming pool for sale, for instance, like we're only trying to do marketing to find the people that have homes with a swimming pool that might want to sell those homes. We would think about that person specifically in terms of how we would talk to them if we were talking to them, that specific segment of the market. Or for instance, someone who was buying a home that wanted a swimming pool might be a better example. So the right market, and then we have to have the right message to the market. And I'm going to show you some examples of this, because if you get this part right, everything else gets infinitely easier. So the right message, when you think about the messaging, what is the conversation at your client's dinner table? What are their fears, their concerns, their hopes, their desires? Let's think about today's buyers today. let's say it's somebody that's wanting to buy new construction. They'd like to buy a new house. They really want to live in that place across town, but they've got that 3% interest rate. They don't know for sure if they should sell the home or sell the home and buy right now, where the rates are higher, or maybe they're going to come down lower. What's the right decision for them? That's the conversation right now. That's a lot of the people that aren't in the market doing anything right now. And a lot of the reasons that the referrals are down and the repeats down is people are afraid to sell what they've got. They've got a really low interest rate, so they're not wanting to make that move. And so they're having conversations about that. I really want to get our kids into this school district. I really want to move over into this area of town, but they're not making those moves because they're not sure whether it's the right time or not. So once we understand that, now we can really start to craft a plan around how to reach this particular specific person, and we can reverse engineer how we can help answer their questions and be of value to them so they want to do business with us, and we get that business when the time comes. So the rules of direct response marketing: it must have an offer. Everything we do has to have an offer that's being made. There needs to be a reason to respond now. Okay, some urgency. We have to tell them what to do. I'll explain that in a minute. A little nuanced thing that makes a big difference. There has to be tracking and accountability. Only no-cost brand building. So even though they may see your brand as we run these ads and they see some of this marketing, it's a secondary benefit. We're not trying to build your brand with this. We're only trying to generate a lead. So so that's only for a secondary benefit. There has to be great follow-up and a great follow-up system in place. You have to have great copy and a great hook, also known as the headline. The first thing they see, we need to be able to hook them. And then we're going to base it on results. So if we don't see success, we're going to look at this every week, and we're going to keep iterating until we get it dialed in. Usually that's not the case, but we want to make sure that we're only basing our campaign on getting the results. If we're not selling them deals and closing deals and putting deals under contract, it's not what we want. We want to continue to iterate until it does. So how do we get exponentially better results? And this is something that just, again, I've learned through lots and lots of marketing. I can change the headline in an ad and increase the results by up to 2,100%, just by the subject line in an email, just by the first words in the copy of an ad. I can improve your offer and make 1,000% difference in the result of a particular marketing campaign. I can change how you're positioned in marketing and change it by 400%. I can add automation and systems and processes and increase the results by 1,500%. I can increase your response time and increase it by 1,200%. I can change what you're saying on the phone and increase it by 800%. But if we do all of these things together, it's a geometric impact on the results. And what does that mean? Geometric impact means at each one of these stages, if we're optimizing everything that's being done, then we're going to maximize the throughput or the results, number of sales that are being made, but we're also going to drive down the cost of generating these opportunities way, way down. Okay. So super important, low cost, a lot more opportunities, highly efficient system means you're just going to make more money a lot faster, a lot easier. So why most agents struggle with lead generation. I think one reason is money. I think people are a little bit afraid to make investments. Everybody in this industry is trying to get your money, right? We've all spent it, but we tend to not sometimes get those results that we're looking for. And so I think sometimes it's money. I think it's lacking a proven system. A lot of times there's not an actual proven system that's being utilized. It's just somebody selling you something. It's not based in marketing principles, things we know to be true, truths about marketing. Tech overwhelm. This is a big one. I think, if you logged into Facebook, if you've ever logged into Facebook Ad Manager and tried to, run an ad, you probably have gotten to some point of tech overwhelm in doing so. It's very complicated. There's a million things you can do, and it's not real clear which ones are the right things or not. And then lacking a good follow-up system. I think that's a big key against systems being a big part of this. And this is Spencer Marshall. And the reason I share this, I love this. This is a text message or Instagram, one of the two, between my son, Braden. Braden's my funnel builder. He's one of the best funnel builders on the planet right now in terms of lead generation for real estate agents. And this is a friend of his, Spencer Marshall, who was a friend of ours actually on Andrew Gadosh's team in Dayton, Ohio. He was in Columbus. He was going to Ohio State. He's a senior at Ohio State University, and Braden was helping him with these ads. And I love reading this just because this is how kids talk today. So, hey, them Facebook leads paying off, bro. Just inked a $355K buy side and signed their $300K listing. How much is that in volume so far? From those ads, closing under contract, 1.3 million plus 655, the two from today. So about 2 million. Laugh out loud like it's funny, right? This is really funny. I'm making a ton of money over here. I think that's a decent ROI. I probably spent about $500-600 on my ads. The reason I share Spencer's story with you is because Spencer has every reason for this not to work. He's full-time student. He's busy. He's new. He doesn't know what he's doing. Anybody could say, well, yeah, it didn't work for me. I didn't have time, this, that, the other. But he's having a ton of success. And part of that's because we did it all for him, I think. But the other part of it is that he's just very coachable. He just did what we told him to do and got results. And so he just continued to do that. And so I promise you this, everything that I'm going to show you is going to be the easiest it's ever been for you, because we're going to do a lot of the heavy lifting. But if you just follow the little things we tell you to do, you're going to be successful. And if he can do it, I promise you, anybody can do this. So this is another example. These are, and the way I found out about this, actually, this was not, I didn't wake up one day with this idea, hey, we're going to, let our team build all this stuff and just help agents this way. We didn't get to this point immediately right out of the gate. I started noticing that Braden was posting when he was doing calls with agents. He was just posting, on Instagram, or he would just, he was just doing social media stuff that he usually does. And he was, I was seeing the results. I'm like, dude, you're crushing it for these guys. Like, show me what you're doing, bud. Like, this is really awesome. And so, he had been doing this for quite some time, just helping the agents that came over to EXP and that came over to Honey Badger Nation. That's our group at EXP. He was just helping them be successful. That's what I paid him to do. And so, so he was just, getting these random messages back and forth from people as he's doing this. And this is another example. So another offer accepted, another Braden special. Let's go. How much is that in total volume and under contract? 3.475 million in less than 3 months. So super effective with this one campaign for that particular gentleman. Miguel Escobedo, he's like, bro, these leads are fire. I love how these kids talk. Bro, these leads are fire. Laugh out loud. How many are you working? Got 3 in the pipeline, all above 600K. Looking at new builds right now. One is a listing and a buy, bro. I love that. That's my favorite part. And so, so awesome. Again, so again, they're having success. They're having success quickly, right? So like, as you notice, you're listening to these and you hear the double-ended deals. Like that's, again, we want to get listings and buyers. So this is campaigns that are working extremely well for agents that are using. This is Nikki Gregory, a good friend of mine. She just got our first new build deal off the ad. The builder who let us use the photo of his house is completely blown away by how many people have been contacting him and showing him the ad. He wants us to go out this weekend and to get together about the development he's about to start. So she was not only getting deals from it, but she also got an opportunity to go out and list the development because the builder saw that she was promoting with these ads all over town. This is Leilani. She's a pretty new agent when she came to us. She'd been in the business about a year, had not sold a house. Okay, so she gets with us, closes her first deal, sends us a copy of the check. We didn't ask for it. She's like, oh my God, I closed my first deal, $8,000. So again, it doesn't matter if you're new in the business, you've been doing it a long time, or if you're just maybe not at the production levels that you're wanting to be. Imagine waking up every day with buyers and sellers that are looking to buy and sell, want to work with you. And that's in your inbox every single day. You have a pipeline of business that's coming and people that you're actively working, and you know where it's coming from and what activity is driving that. So after today, no more paying expensive lead providers like Zillow for overpriced, crappy leads and zip codes you don't even want. I hate Zillow. Sorry. Just hate them. Way too expensive. They're crappy leads. Don't do it. Just don't do it. No more depending on agent and broker referrals, taking 30-40% of your commissions. I disagree with this as a strategy as well. You're not in control of it. Let's go get your own business for much less. No more worrying about where your next deal is going to come from. That's the sickening feeling. The real estate roller coaster is what I call it. You have a good month followed by a bad month, a good month followed by a bad month. And we're going to remove that so we have consistency throughout every single month of the year. No more mind-numbing cold calls and chasing business. Once again, I've already told you, I do not like to chase business, nor would I ever tell you should be chasing business. Let's attract business through the systems we're talking about here today. No more brain damage when it comes to technology. I think this holds up most everybody back at some point or another, is putting these things in place and doing it in the right way. We're going to implement all that stuff for you. And here's some example marketing. So this is just some examples of direct response marketing, because this is phase 1, right? We're only at milestone 1 right now. So milestone 1 is now business. Let's get some deals in right now. Let's start closing deals before, before the end of next month, before the end of 2 months minimum. So the right message to market. This is an example of just listed homes in Frisco, Texas. I live in Dorado, Puerto Rico, but before that I lived in Frisco. And so this is an example in Frisco. So these just listed homes in Frisco must sell fast, ASAP. Check out the list of available homes by tapping the Learn More button. Super important. So remember when I said you have to tell them what to do, right? So this tap the Learn More button. Obviously there's a button right here that says Learn More, but I promise you, if you look at your ads on Facebook, or you look at any of the ads I've ever ran, people will be like, hey, where do I get that free report? Hey, where do I get it's right there. It just says Learn More. You just got to click on it. But if you don't tell people to do that and you don't put that above the fold, you're going to miss out on a lot of people. They just keep scrolling. So these little things that we do to make sure that these ads perform drive down the cost dramatically and increase the number of quality leads you're going to get. So And this one is specifically this just listed campaign. We run this in markets where there's not a lot of inventory. So right now, the entire United States and even US and Canada, we've done this in other countries as well, but primarily US and Canada. What we're finding is it's different in every market. Either you're undersupplied in market, or maybe your market inventory is climbing. And so we have a couple different strategies. The new construction being the best. That's the holy grail. I'm gonna highly recommend that unless there's just nothing in your market that makes sense to do that. And there's a number of reasons why I'll tell you in a minute. But this just listed campaign, if you got low inventory, people that have seen what's on the market and they like looking at what's new, this is a really great campaign. You find buyers that are a little bit further along in the process because they have already been looking, but they haven't found something. So again, a little better quality lead specific to a particular target market we're talking to these people. So here's a price reduced in Frisco. This is a great one if you have more inventory on the market. So people want to feel like they're getting a deal. They want to see which homes are negotiable or reducing price. So this one is, again, price reduced homes in Frisco must sell ASAP. Okay. So sense of urgency, check out the list of available homes by tapping the learn more button once again. So that's that example. This one is this is a sold marketing campaign targeting potential sellers that want to know what homes are selling for in their neighborhood. So 1806 Evening Star, Frisco, Texas is just sold. Your home's value has been affected by this home being sold. That one thing right there makes it a different type of lead. If I just put out here, find out what your home is worth, I can generate you a ton of leads, but none of them are going to want to sell. And so just because somebody wants to know what their home's value is, it means absolutely nothing. It doesn't mean they're a seller. If you've ever bought home value leads, you know this. But just a little bit of difference in who we're talking to and how we're talking to them in these ads makes the difference of getting someone who's actually thinking about selling their home. So again, get your new updated home value estimate by clicking Learn More button below. Again, talking to the person specifically that might be thinking of selling a little bit differently makes a difference, right? So hopefully this is all making sense. So right message to market example, targeting buyers that know they want a pool. So these homes with a pool in Frisco must sell ASAP. Check out the list of available homes by tapping the Learn More button. Again, someone that knows exactly what they're looking for. Hey, we absolutely want a home with a pool. Is probably a little bit further along in the process, a little bit better quality buyer than someone who hasn't even thought through those types of things. So, and this last one here, targeting buyers that know they want new construction in Frisco. These new construction homes in Frisco must sell ASAP. Check out the list of homes, click the Learn More button. So this is the holy grail. The new construction is great. There's a tremendous amount of these that have, typically it's not a first-time home buyer that has new construction. So a lot of times these are people that have a home to sell. So you're getting to sell a house and you're getting to go sell them their new construction home as well. So better overall quality per lead, better overall number of sales we get from the same number of leads as well. Just all of the metrics around this. If we can make this work to your strategy in your marketplace, it is going to absolutely crush it. That much I do know. So promise made, promise kept. This is important. So I'm going to show you a couple of things that really make a difference in why this works versus maybe some things you may have tried in the past. So when you make a promise and you deliver on that promise, what does that build with the client? And I'm obviously you can't tell me that and I can't hear you, so I'm going to give you the answer. So it builds trust, right? So if somebody sees your ad and it's your, you're the person sponsoring the ad, and you make a promise and then you take them off of Facebook and then it's like, hey, I'm going to call them and give them that list or whatever. It destroys trust because it was a bait and switch. You didn't actually give them what they wanted. So whenever they click on this ad and they land on a page that has all those homes that are new construction that match what they were looking for, that builds a lot of trust. So instantly, the first thing that they have is their first time doing business with you, so to speak, online. You made a promise, you delivered on that promise. So it builds trust. And this is a really important part of why sometimes people don't answer the phone is you bait and switch them. And a lot of people take people off of Facebook. We'll talk about that as well. But they're going to land on a page, something like this. It's an IDX feed that we set up all this stuff for you. But we make that first promise, and then we deliver on it instantly. When they click, boom, they get exactly what they're looking for. Super important in the process. This is kind of what it looks like on Facebook. This is called a lead ad. So keep in mind, Facebook doesn't want you to take people off of Facebook. They don't. So when you take somebody off to a squeeze page, number one, Facebook's not going to give you any favorable, ad, showing your ad to more people if they know you're taking people off of Facebook. So you're not going to get the best cost per lead by doing that. Not to mention, when you land on a page and you have to fill in your information, you're going to get Donald Duck checking you. I've seen, almost every marketplace, Donald Duck is looking for a home. Hulk Hogan's looking for a home. Elon Musk is looking for them. Like all these fake information, right? So if you want fake information, take them off Facebook. Plus your squeeze pages typically don't convert very well. Sometimes 10%, sometimes 8%, sometimes 15% if you're lucky. And so it's difficult to get someone to opt in. Plus, they got to enter that information in. On this type of ad, the way we structure this, it automatically populates their Facebook information, what they've logged in to their Facebook account with, and all they got to do is hit next. So to give you bad information, they would have to back out of all that and type it in. They have to be really intentional about trying to give you bad information. So you get a lot better quality leads as opposed to bad information. So these are all little things. Again, click, 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 boom. They're looking at what they want to look at. And you're giving them exactly what they're wanting. So automation and follow-up. So what is the number one metric that impacts the conversion of leads? And I'll give you the answer. There was an MIT study on lead conversion. And one of the most important things to take away from this, and this is still very true today, if you call a lead in the first 5 minutes versus the first 30 minutes, you are 106 times more likely to make contact with them, number one. But you're also 21 times more likely to qualify that lead as well. So the most important thing is how quickly you contact a lead. And I know what you're thinking. People, I mean, I don't want to bother people. It seems like I'm just right on top of them. Well, we live in a microwave society. Everybody wants something right now. And what happens is in that first 5 minutes, they're still looking at real estate. Anything between 5 and 30 minutes, they might have gone and done 10 different things. They might not even remember looking at real estate. You have to catch them when they're in real estate mode. Now, we're going to use automation to try to reach out to them and do some things to try to generate a conversation, but you should also be calling them in that first 5 minutes. That should be your goal. Now, I get it. You're not gonna be able to do it every time. You're busy, you're doing things, that kind of thing, but that should be it's the number one lever that's going to make the biggest difference in whether you get a hold of them or not. So very, very important part of the process. In automation and follow-up, 67% of leads never receive a phone call. So you're not bothering these folks. In fact, what happens is, like, imagine if a waiter came to your table and, the minute you sit down there and, like, boom, they got all your drinks there for you. And they're just super fast and super attentive and they're taking care of you. You wouldn't be like, oh man, y'all are moving way too fast over here, giving me my stuff too fast. No, you'd be like, man, that's really great service. They're really on top of things. It's the same way a buyer feels when they've never gotten a phone call from half the things they've ever filled out. And you call them right away and you're there to help is super, super impressive to them. And in the society we live in today, this is not bothering them. So calling your leads, calling them right away is super important. I want you to change your mindset about that because it is super important. So automated follow-up. So automation done right qualifies a lead for you. So you don't have to follow up with leads that aren't ready. When we build out all these systems for you, we use KV Core, we use Lofty. Those are the two main systems that we use. But we build all the systems to follow up and try to generate a conversation with these folks when you might not be doing that or have time to do that. So we have behavioral alerts, for instance. So if somebody favorites a property, somebody comes back to the site and they haven't been here in 3 weeks, or they look at the same property multiple times, we have alerts, behavioral alerts that we've determined this is a real buyer. You should try to reach out to them, especially for the people you haven't gotten in contact with. If you've never spoke to them before and they do something that's a behavioral alert, it's going to automatically send them a text message and it's going to try to generate that reply, which if you get that reply to your phone, you're going to be like, okay, I got a real buyer here. Let's talk to him, see how I can help them. Right. So we're trying to leverage the technology to do the things that we're not as good at in real estate, which we're not as good at follow-up. Not as good as checking the system and doing all these things. We need it to be as much done for you as possible. So we build out all that for you. And some of the examples, obviously, with this type of lead generation, what we're generating, $1.83 a lead, working with a buyer and listing their property as well, 73 cents a lead, 47 cents a lead. 51 leads at $2.46 a lead, 375K under contract in the first 2 weeks. This is Sharon Bignome, a brand new agent here, 3 million in volume in 2 months on this system. Brand new to real estate, doesn't know anything from anything, and has 3 million in the first 2 months under contract. Mary Hayward, thank you for doing this. Of course, got a VA buyer off your ad this morning. Nice. What price point? 350, but won't know for sure till they finish up the loan at 500 max. 32 leads in 2 days with our new ad you set up for me, down to 68 cents a lead with just this ad, $2.81 overall. Thought you should know, maybe use the fuel information. So again, Randy Fuzz, super low cost per lead. There's no way you can't make money at cost per leads this low. This is Derek Reagan. Let's get it going. First lead came through day one, 465K pre-approved, ready to buy now. Again, imagine that day one, we start these ads, boom, you got someone pre-approved, you're working. This is how quickly good marketing can work. If you have the right system, the right people helping you do these things, this is the kind of experience you should have. So this is another example. Michelle Bollinghoff says, so happy belated birthday. Well, thank you. So got a listing out of these leads and a buyer. Yeah, I did. And we're going to close in May. She's also buying a $275,000 house. Oh, that was Devin. Looks like I got the wrong photo there. Stacy Lynch Evans, killing it with these leads. I have at least 12 that are interacting and set up on searches. That's in 1 month. Do you have an opening today? She was trying to set up more ads. Now, keep in mind, I'm not soliciting this stuff. Like, I'm not like, hey, man, send me a testimonial for how well it's working. This is just them sending messages back and forth to Braden. I just screenshotted them to show you guys, like, hey, this is actually what's happening right now with the clients we're helping. And so it's absolutely killing it. So this is Devin Pennington here. So, oh my God, I love this one because, oh my God, someone replied hello today. So I called them and they were so sweet on the phone, told me what they were looking for, and I'll send them listings. The ads definitely work, right? So as a brand new agent, sometimes it's just nice to work with people that want to work with you, right? That are just happy that you're helping, right? And so another example, Fair Bunny, 94 cents a lead, working 4 buyers with showing scheduled. Again, imagine waking up tomorrow and knowing exactly where your next deals are coming from. If that's not your current business, if you don't know exactly where your business is coming from, that is what we want to do for you. But we don't stop there. This is just the first step in creating cash flow so you can be more intentional about building your business that you want and how you want your business to look. So milestone number 2 is building your brand. We're going to come in, we're going to align your business to your higher purpose, what it is that really excites you, who are your favorite people to kind of work with. Sometimes it might be the Hispanic community, it might be the veteran community, it might be first-time home buyers. It might be single moms. There might be something you're more passionate about. Let's help you design your brand to be around exactly what your business that you want to do, the kind of people you want to work with every day. Because I believe that when you're doing business that you really love and you really genuinely love doing, I'll give you an example. I mentioned Andrew Gadosh earlier. He's in Dayton, Ohio. And in Dayton, Ohio, he has 90% market share of all lakefront property on Lake Lockengrin. Okay. He owns it, shows houses by boat. He's got one of those jet powered things, he's out there on the weekends and everything. He loves boats. He's a boater. I'm a boater too. So I get it. But he built a business around what he loves to do. Right. So let's figure out what that is for you. We're going to go through this entire process of helping you create your brand, all your brand elements, crafting your bios, everything you put on all your social media. We're going to do that. Holly's an expert at this, and she's going to be the one that helps you. She's the one on my team that helps you with that. And here's how it works. We take you through the process to help you define your ideal client, your brand story, create your brand elements, bios and graphics for all social profiles. We go through a little process here just to help you understand, like, where is your target market? Where do you want to be? We don't want to just sell houses and be like all over DFW. You know how long it takes to get all across DFW? There's a market that you want to serve, and we want to make you the go-to agent in that market. So we're going to help you with that process. We'll create all the bios for all of your social media, all of your brand elements. So everything looks the same. When they see your YouTube, when they see your Instagram, when they see your marketing, when they see your postcards, your brand is very clearly distinctively you. And so we're going to help you with all of that, executing all of these pieces that we have that we're going to have done for you as well, and help you with that. So then the next step is develop personally and professionally relevant content across all social media platforms. So for example, if we're generating, this is my favorite, one of my favorite parts, by the way. So if we know that we're generating leads of people that want to buy new construction in Frisco, we already know they want new construction. We already know they want Frisco because they clicked on that ad. So we have all of these leads that we've generated. What kind of content can we create that would be helpful to someone that wants new construction in Frisco? So we're going to give you the templates for what to record. You don't have to be fancy. Use an iPhone. If it requires more than an iPhone, I wouldn't do it. So like that, it doesn't have to be fancy. But we're going to show you exactly kind of the content to create. So here's one example: the 5 biggest mistakes home buyers make when buying new construction in Frisco. Right? That headline in and of itself will get clicked on a high percentage of the time by someone who has clicked on an ad for new construction in Frisco. So we're going to create 5 to 7 to 10 of these different videos that are related to the type of leads that you're generating, so that the content is related to the type of people that we're trying to attract. Does that make sense? So this is called content strategy. If you're like me, I wouldn't know what to post, right? I would have been like, well, what do I put on? I guess I'll go do this open house, or I'm going to go do this walk through fast through the house, and I'm going to post that on social media, and that's going to be what sells homes. Doesn't work that way. You got to be able to add value, and to add value, you got to know who you're speaking to. And if we know what type of leads we're generating, we put this on the back end of it. People are more likely to reply to a text, more likely to call you back, more likely to just pick up the phone and be like, man, I've been watching your stuff. That's been very helpful. I'd like for you to represent us in buying a new construction home, and I have a house to sell. Creating inbound instead of just outbound. So you'll never have to worry about what kind of content to create. We're going to customize the templates for you, and a done for you process that makes it easy. And we're going to walk you through that process, create the content that speaks directly to your ideal client, and turning your social media platforms into lead generating machines, helping you close more deals. And also, by the way, we're going to take these and put this follow-up into the sequences in your database. So if we have a playlist of 10 videos, that's 10 emails of something benefit rich. They click on that, they're watching your videos. YouTube tries to get them to watch all your videos just because it's a playlist. It's all a strategy that, again, with our help implementing these things, you're not going to get stuck. You're not going to get halfway down this road and stop doing it. We're going to help you throughout the entire process. So all of this, creating your YouTube, all of that kind of stuff, all done for you. Content creation tools. Everybody knows AI, this, AI, that. We're going to show you the tools that are going to make things easier for you and skip the brain damage part of all that as well. So that's basically it. We're going to identify and measure the content, your KPIs, and what's working. Quarterly content creator calls that you can jump on and see what everybody else is doing, so you can learn with some of the best agents in the world that are doing this. So I want you to meet my team. This is Tracy. Tracy Combs is my onboarding specialist at EXP, or she's not at EXP. She's at EXP, but she works for me. So she's going to help with onboarding. She's onboarded literally hundreds of agents successfully to EXP. All the questions you might have if you're making a switch over, and making sure that happens. Miranda is our Funnel Pilot onboarding course concierge. If you log into one of these platforms, the very first thing you're going to do is get stuck with something, and it's usually setting up your A2P. And so she's going to make sure you get everything set up so you don't get lost or get frustrated in that process, and just make sure you're plugged into everything we got going on. So your calendar is aligned to what we're doing for you, and everything's is going extremely well. Then you're going to meet with Braden. We're going to do the strategy call to get you set up with the leads, the strategy that's best for you. Again, this is a customized strategy for you and your market. We're going to need some market data to make sure we think this is the best way to do it. And Braden's going to build all that out in your Facebook. We don't charge anything for any of this stuff. We're just going to do all of these things for you. Then you're going to meet with Holly. Holly's going to help you with the brand elements, get all of those things built. And then Jeff's going to help you with the content and helping you with the strategy around what things we want to be building to align to this, so that we have an oil well that's pumping oil in your business from now until forever. So once that first oil well is built, now we can move on to new strategies. But we're going to get this one. We're going to drill a mile deep instead of an inch deep and a mile wide. Okay. Super, super important. These rock stars, Harley Dufek, I didn't mention Harley here. Harley is one of the top agents in the world. He used to be in our mastermind. He was a coach for us at NAEA. He's a great, great guy. He's going to actually be coaching you on agent attraction. So one of the opportunities you have at EXP is, obviously, we're going to help you with growing your business. That's what everybody's here doing. We're all selling real estate, but there's an opportunity for you to create passive income. And Harley is going to coach you on exactly what to do. You're going to be able to leverage this system and this offer that I'm making to attract more agents to EXP and get paid passive income. And I'm going to give you some videos you can go watch to learn more about EXP, learn more about revenue share if you want. If that interests you at all, hang on to the end and I'll show you where those videos are so you can watch them. Super important, because at the end of the day, it doesn't cost you anything to be at EXP. If it's costing you money to be at EXP, then we did something wrong, because you shouldn't have to pay anything. So it's a no-brainer financially to be at EXP if you understand the model. And we're going to help you with all these things to make sure that you're making the most money you can. So here's how it works. We're going to do the lead gen strategy. Then we're going to do the funnel build out, launch those ads, conversion coaching. We're going to train you along the way, scripts, dialogues, how to use the system, weekly coaching calls. For the first 4 weeks, we're going to coach you and make sure, go into your system, look at your leads, make sure you're using the tool correctly. So this is a very hands-on process, because we found that level of accountability in the first 4 weeks, oftentimes, you just kind of think you're doing everything right and you just didn't know what you didn't know. And so there's some things you've been missing, but we're going to coach you hands-on in that first. And then there's a 30-day review call where you're going to get on and we're going to look at everything and make sure, hey, how many deals you should in the first 30 days feel like, man, I've got 1 under contract, or I've got 2 I'm about to put under contract, and I've got 5 that are coming and I'm pretty solid with. And so we want to make sure that you have a good pipeline coming. And if not, we'll go to, hey, where do we think we're falling off and things aren't working in this process? And let's make sure we get it fixed. So all of that. Then we're going to go through the branding, the content strategy, and the high level training on articulating the value, your value proposition, and some done for you systems we provide for your listing and buyer presentations for buyers. And then the last piece is your repeat and referral, which is how do we be personally relevant and professionally relevant to your database, so that they see you as the go-to expert in real estate in your marketplace, and you're always getting top of mind. You're always getting referrals from your repeat and referral and sphere of influence. And so imagine having my entire team of experts at your fingertips, helping you implement and grow your business for free. You've listened to this presentation. You know that you could sell more homes if you had some help. And you know that this is the opportunity. This opportunity is exactly what you've been looking for. If you'd like us to go to work growing your business, we'd be delighted to do that. The next step is to schedule a call with our team below this video, so you can we can answer any questions you have. I'm sure you're going to have questions. That's totally normal. You should have lots of questions because there's a lot of information being covered here. So schedule a call below. Super important that you schedule a call on here. So you can't just come join EXP and get this offer. This is something that whoever invited you here to watch this video today, is also investing heavily into making sure that you're successful. So that person is the only person that you would be able to get this offer. So make sure you schedule a call or go back to the person that sent you this video, so that we can get on a scheduled call and answer any questions you have about either EXP or this system and how we're going to help you grow your business. But wait, we're not done yet. I got some more stuff for you. So by the way, this is also included. This is the National Association of Expert Advisors. We built these systems in 2011 because we wanted to have a differentiated value proposition that made you literally a defining gap between you and the average agent. We wanted you to look so much better than just an average agent that people would literally run red lights to do business with you versus anyone else. So on the buy side, this is a presentation. It's how to get buyers to sign exclusive buyer agreements without selling. And we're going to show you that presentation, teach you this, give you the certification, which is a certified home buying advisor designation. Done for you marketing pieces. These are what we call magazine tear sheets. They're authority pieces. When somebody sees that you're on a cover of a magazine, what is the assumption? Well, the assumption is that you must be pretty good at what you do because you're on the cover of a magazine, right? So these are little things that build trust. We teach you all about this and why we do these things. And all this stuff is, again, done for you, no cost to you, other than what it costs for you to print those is all it is. So that's not all. It gets better than that. You're going to get our mastery training on how to become the go-to listing agent in your marketplace. One of the things I didn't tell you that I did was I started a company in 2004 that did radio and television for real estate agents all around the country exclusively. We ended up doing celebrity endorsements with Barbara Corcoran, Glenn Beck, Sean Hannity, all these different celebrities, but we helped agents become the go-to agent in their marketplace. So pretty much in any marketplace, probably the number one agent in your marketplace has worked with me or one of my companies on how to really become the go-to agent in the marketplace. So if you really are hungry and want to be the number one agent in your marketplace, we can help you with all of that as well. But you're going to get that training. It's the Certified Home Selling Advisor training. This becomes your listing presentation. Once you understand it, you're going to be like, oh my God, y'all had a system. I can't believe nobody did this before. But you're going to learn how to articulate the value to a client so that someone will hire you versus hiring anybody else. And they'll even pay you whatever you think you're worth. I can tell you that. And also the same thing on this side as well. You're going to have the magazine tear sheets that you show the seller. We're going to show you how to do that, the process of how to win every single listing. And it's completely different than what you probably think. So again, we're still not done. That last piece, we're going to put your lifetime connection plan in place to boost your referrals, boost your sphere of influence, everything. These are all the pillars to the business. Again, the reason I'm doing this, I got tired of sitting on the beach, y'all. These are things I know to do and I did in my business and I helped other people do it. I just haven't, I've been sitting back just kind of like, okay, well, I guess if they want me, they'll come find me. But I really wanted to find a way that I could help agents attract more agents to EXP, help them be more successful faster. And I'm willing to invest a whole bunch of money to making sure that you are. And the reason I'm able to do that is because I get compensated really well if you are successful. So I'm betting on me and I'm betting on you. So we're going to make sure that you win for sure. I know this, I can't help you unless you commit, but once you commit, I'm not going to let you fail. So you're going to have daily access to training and collaboration within our team and Honey Badger Network. You have direct access to me and my team for life. As long as you're here at EXP, you're going to have access to everybody on my team. If you need something, you ping them, they're going to help you. That's what we built here. I have a team. These are my best people that I've had working for me. I've had as many as 50 employees at one given time with these companies that I used to sell products. These are my best of the best that I have to help you with all aspects of your business. And there's nothing we can't help you with. There's not a problem that you can run into in your real estate business that we haven't had ourselves and we haven't helped other people get through. So think of this as a never-ending coaching, training, and business growth partnership. We're your partners for life. You don't have to pay us. We're here to support you and help you. Whereas I feel like that doesn't happen in this industry anywhere. I feel like you have to figure it out. That should be, underneath the real estate license, it should say figuring it out. That's because that's what is expected, is for you to go figure all this stuff out. We wanted to make a difference and make it more valuable for you and help you to break through these challenges without having to do all the heavy lifting. So all you have to do is schedule a call with me and my team at the link below, and you can do that. So if you're interested in the passive income through revenue share, there's 2 more videos. There's one video that explains EXP. There's a ton of benefits to EXP. I didn't even get into that on this video, but there is a separate video you can watch and learn a little bit about the business model of EXP. There's a reason everybody's here. There's a reason the top agents in the world have all come to EXP. It's not by accident. There's way more value to see. You should definitely watch that video as well. And also watch the video on revenue share. You want to understand how to make really massive income and be able to live on an island for 4 years. I promise you it is the opportunity of a lifetime. If you're excited about the passive income, that excites me, because if I can help you make more passive income by making this offer to other agents, we're going to recruit agents. And it's not recruiting, to be honest. It's not a hit list that you're calling. It's your help list. Who do we want to help today? Whose lives do we want to change? And so it's a new part of the business model that you should know about and you should know exists. And I think a lot of people don't talk about it. And we're just over here making a bunch of money. We should be teaching everyone how to do what we're doing. And so we built systems and processes the same around how to help you do that and make it easy. I promise you watch that video, you'll get it and understand how we're going to help you make a whole lot more money, not just selling real estate, but also in creating passive income for you to have some legacy wealth and have the opportunity to retire if you want to. So super excited again, Jay Kinder here. I'm really happy that you stayed on to the end. That tells me a lot about you, and look forward to having a conversation. Definitely schedule a call here or look in your email. You might have a link there back to the calendar if you missed that here at the end. But there certainly is a link here on this page for you to do that. So looking forward to talking to you, and I can't wait to see you at the top. Have a great day.